Hey everyone, it's Matt, and I previously gave an update on the types of health gadgets that I'm using for tracking my health status in terms of working out, getting fitter and stronger this year. And I mentioned also that I would be using some apps to facilitate this even better. But I was going to do this in a separate video. So I wanted to show you those apps now and give you some feedback on my results with them because it's been really positive. I've definitely noticed that I'm sleeping better, eating better, and training harder. So in front of us, you can actually see a little preview of my mobile phone because a lot of these apps, of course, exist on my phone, but some of them also actually exist on my desktop here in macOS, which is really great because I really like apps which work across multiple platforms. The key one though, which I think is the most important one, is calorie tracking. So there's an app here called Foodnoms. It's the orange icon. If you're on Android though, this doesn't work. So you'll need to use a different one. Derek from More Plates, More Dates, he recommends Chronometer. So I think that will probably be the best choice if you're on Android. But I use Foodnoms, and I think it's absolutely fantastic because you can see as I open it, I've got a really nice overview of the goals that I'm trying to seek with my diet. So don't be alarmed because today is a fasted day for me. I'm not really eating a bunch, that's why the calories remaining is quite high. But on other days, I actually eat a lot better. So if I can scroll to the previous day, you see I've eaten a bunch more calories. And what's really awesome is you can scroll here and you can actually see the overview of the goals um, over the past week. In addition to just tracking your macros, like your calories, your fats, your protein, which are all really good because you can specify your own goals. Obviously here I'm trying to work towards a calorie deficit. I'm trying to. I have a budget of fat and protein that I'm trying to achieve. Even water, actually, water is really essential, and coffee. Don't try and drink too much coffee. My carbs, my fat. You can obviously see, sometimes here my results with the low carb or low sugar diet is broken. That's normal. Um, yeah, I find this incredibly useful because if you want to lose weight, the main thing is obviously being at a calorie deficit. Adding in all your food is super simple. I could just click here, type the meal type, so lunch, for example, and I could add in really easily things that I typically eat. When you first set this up, it's a little bit less optimal because you're constantly searching for new things. But as it knows more about what you typically eat, it gets better and better. And you can even build up a favorite list as well of things that you normally eat, and you can add in your own recipes and meals. So that's food noms, super super handy. Um, the other one I also use is heavy. Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, but that's a selfie shot. Yeah, you can scroll down here. Heavy is really good because what it allows me to do is create workouts for my routines. So what I was finding was I was definitely reaching a plateau in terms of my fitness progression in around sort of December, January time. What I wanted to do now is kind of like up the ante and get more vigorous workouts. Feel like I'm tired and my muscles are working. I've been a bit more strategic with how I do the workout. So you click on this, for example, and it's just a routine. You can put in your routine. So I create my routine as I see fit, really. So I've got different days which I do certain things, and you can also see, some progression in terms of lifting volume because if you want to get, a heavier workout, essentially you just be increasing the volume. So if you're lifting heavier and moving more, then you're doing a harder workout. So that's what I'm using for the workout planning. There's also other things as well, which really I find really useful. This one, Insight Timer, is really good. It's not super good yet because I don't think I've used it as much as it could be fully used. But when I'm doing my meditation, I want something to relax and listen to, and this has a bunch of stuff in it which you can put on a timer. You set your meditation and listen to something relaxing. So I put my headphones on and I do that. And yeah, it's just a nice little well-made app for doing meditation. The other app as well is Habitify. It's a bit hard to say, but this app is fantastic as well because it helps me track my good and bad habits. So I'm trying to shift some bad habits, and I'm also increase some good habits. So for example, I've got my habits here of doing my meditation, which I haven't done yet. I need to drink more water, so I'm 2 out of 4 times of that. So it's just four cups of water. I need to do my push-ups and track my weight. I need to even go to the gym, take my progress selfie. There's so many things I need to do. But as I do them in a day, I tick them off, and it just helps remind me as well. It's much of a reminder as it is anything else. It's kind of like a to-do list, like I said, but it's really nicely done. And it also helps with bad habits as well. So if there's anything you're trying to reduce, you can also, say that you're doing something regularly that you don't want to do. You can try and just tick that off that you didn't do it today. So it's the opposite, but it's really handy as well. So that's what I'm doing with good and bad habits. What else? The other one. There's of course this one too. So this is a smart app for Withings, and it's really good because it obviously integrates with my weighing machine, and it's tracking my weight. So I've got a good overview really of where my weight is going in terms of over the year. So you can obviously see since last year I lost a bunch of weight, went up a bit and then went down and went up a bit. But the general trend is going down. And I'm expecting really for April and May to go down further because that's now my goal. I went up over this period really due to a carnivore diet which I was pursuing and eating a lot of protein, and it definitely increased my weight a bit. But then I started going down, and then I started bulking again and going up in weight, and now I'm going down again. So yeah, that's the weight app. Um, what else? Oh yeah, the Garmin app as well. So I find the Garmin app, it's a big, complex beast of an app. It tries to serve many different audiences, I think. I think you see there's a bit of a bug here actually. It's not syncing my heart rate. Let's close this, open it again. Yeah, Garmin app, it tries to serve many different people, runners, triathletes, serious athletes, and I'm neither of those really. I'm just trying to someone who's trying to be a bit more healthy. So this is why I think things like the Aura yeah band, and the Whoop band, sorry, are gaining popularity because they're targeted towards people who are tracking more of the things that I'm interested in, which is my sleep, training readiness, and overall health. But I do use the Garmin app for those things, and it does work okay. So the key one is my training readiness. So right now, you can say it's my status is high, which is great because last couple of days I've been suffering with a flu. I still have it now, so my nose is a bit sniffly, and I wasn't getting much sleep, and I was really that my training readiness was really low because the previous days as well I was working out really hard, and my body just wasn't well recovered enough to go in the gym. As well as my own feeling on this, it's really nice that an app as well is telling me the approach I should be doing with my workouts. So it does this by a number of metrics. Number one is your sleep, because your sleep is like essential. Like if you're not sleeping well the previous night, and then you want to go and do a hard workout, you're really ruining your body if you're not sleeping well. So getting a good night's sleep is really important. And the app is actually pretty good at telling me how well I slept. And you can see last night I actually did get a fairly decent sleep. Some nights I really struggle with it. I don't get very good sleep. And yeah, so there's also another metric here, which is HRV. So this is really dependent on the type of Garmin watch you have, because some don't do this. But the typical mid-range to high-end Garmin watches, they track your HRV, and this is really really useful because the higher relatively the higher HRV you have is usually an indication of your overall health of that time. So it will establish a baseline over 2 weeks, I think, which is generally monitoring your overall HRV because everyone is different. But then as you deviate from your baseline HRV, you can see whether you're at or below that baseline. So I'm kind of like at the I would say lower end of my potential HRV, although it's not been a full 2 weeks yet since it started doing the baselining. So that's why at the top it says no status. So I still need some more time for it to establish a good HRV metric for me. Um, but you can see the resting heart rate. So I've personally noticed, because I've been tracking my resting heart rate for a long time, and I could see that my resting heart rate recently has actually gone up quite a lot. You can see here over February and March compared to December and January, it's gone up. So what I think or speculate is because of this harder routine that I've been putting myself through in terms of workouts, has now elevated my resting heart rate. So I think that generally means that I'm tiring my body out and I'm probably working harder than it wants to. And maybe I might even need to take some rest in order to for this elevated resting heart rate to go down. I don't know. But so far I think I'm okay. And yeah, so I'm tracking that. Um Oh yeah, and just the Apple Health app. So the Apple Health app gets a bit of a bad rap because ultimately it's good at nothing, but it is your hub for all of your data. So what I like about the Apple Health app is what it's intended for, which is culminating all this information into a single place. And even though it doesn't do anything particularly good, it does give me a really nice overview of where I'm at in terms of everything. And what's kind of cool as well is you can dive into certain things that you're interested in tracking more. So like for example, it's got my vitamin B12 allocation and my weight. Also, it does trend lines, which is really good. So uh, over a certain period of time, I think I do a month, 6 months. Yeah, here we go. So you can see the resting heart rate. It's noticing that over the past 6 months, I'm at elevated resting heart rate. So obviously I could tell that myself, but it's nice that it will give me those insights. Yeah, and as you scroll down as well, you get these trends here. So yeah, since I've moved to Bulgaria, Bansko, I've been walking a lot less. When I was living in Georgia, I was constantly having to walk everywhere because of the traffic situation was so high, and everything that I was doing either required going up a hill or down a hill. It's quite a hilly place because Tbilisi is in a valley. So I was walking a lot. It was actually quite healthy for me. But now I'm in a small village. I'm not really walking a great deal. My active energy is down. What else? But my resting heart rate is up. My weight is down, so that's good. Like I'm weighing less than I was 6 months ago. And yeah, so loads of really cool things here. So those are the apps that I use, and I'm trying to be more data driven in getting the results in the gym and out of the gym. And I think, yeah, if you want to progress with your workouts and also your goals with losing weight, then it really pays to use some data. I hope that's been helpful, and I'll see you soon. Bye.